Alright, this is one. This long time. This is a one. This is one. It's a long time coming. But. Yeah. Well, it was never gonna come. Never gonna happen, but. I got bored, right? I got bored. You know? So I'm, watching YouTube videos and I'm like, I'm bored. Sorry. I'm bored. What do I want to watch? So I go on Netflix, right? And I start perusing the horror section, and I come across this movie, The Open House, a movie I watched back in 2018, back when it first premiered, and didn't like it. So I thought, you know what? I'll give this another chance at anything. I'll get a review out of it. So I'm getting a review out of it because I still didn't like it. And it all has to do with the ending. Well, at least before, I'm like, I remember it being okay until you get to the ending, but rewatching this, that is not the case at all. So, with that in mind, I'm Scotty, and you're not. And let's talk about The Open House. So, a little backstory with this was, like, 2018-ish, late 2017, early 2018 is when I started getting into YouTube, right? And the Facebook groups, specifically Killer Flicks at that point. So, I got into it, and so I kept seeing this, Open House is coming out, Open House, which is how I got into Hereditary. But Hereditary is actually a good movie. This one, so I checked it out, and yeah, and even now, 4 years later, 4 right? 4 years later, or 4 years later. Because it was January of 2018 that this came out, and now it's almost September of 2022. So, yeah. So the story here is that after the family, after the father and husband of this family dies in a horrible accident caused by someone driving and getting a heart attack at the same time, leading to the guy's death, the mom and the son, Logan, are they don't have any money left. They have debts to pay. So the mom's sister invites them to stay at the house they're selling. The only catch is they'll have to leave for a few hours while the realtors are showing the house, and then they can come back. And they can stay there until the house is sold, I guess. But unbeknownst to them, someone has entered this house and starts causing problems. And I mean causing problems because there ain't no killing until the end of the film. So it's very strange, but yeah. Alright, you guys, where do I start with this? From the very beginning of this movie, I find myself frustrated. Because the dad's death, and I know why they did this, because of how it was going to end. That even frustrates me more with this movie. So the dad and the son, Logan, they're going to the gas station, and the dad's coming out, but now all of a sudden this car speeds and just hits him. Like, no, hits him, and then they find out this person driving had a heart attack, and it was just an accident. It wasn't on purpose. It just happened. There was no connection to it, and that leads into the eventual reveal, or not, of this killer, or not, this person doing this later, is that it's all just a coincidence, and they happened to be living in the house when this guy showed up and he started causing problems. The only problem with that is it makes no sense, and when I get to it. So because low on money, they move into this house. The aunt, the sister, say, hey, stay here until we sell the house. Where are they already living in a new house? I'm assuming. The sister. Okay, so the big problem I have with this film is that the whole film is about the fact set us up at the beginning with the dad how it was an accident and it just happened. There was not on purpose. There's no one out to get him. It's just an accident. It just happened. And that connects to the ending where it's revealed that whoever this killer is, who we don't find out at all, it's just a coincidence. He snuck into the house during one of the open houses, and then is stalking these people now because they're living there. Think like The Strangers. Why us? You were home. That sort of thing. Problem is they weren't home, and the whole thing is at the end they present this guy. He just goes on and he keeps doing this. The only hang up with that, big hang up, is that this is probably a once in a lifetime occurrence that during an open house, someone is actually living in the house for the most part. I know some people are still living in the house when they're moving because they haven't moved out yet, but for the most part, you've moved out and all your stuff is gone. There's stuff still in the house, which is weird because the sister and her family aren't there, but there's stuff still in the house. It's not their stuff, is it? I don't know. It's very weird. I know they gotta keep that decorated, but I've seen open houses, and there's nothing in there usually, unless they. Still, what are they using at the new house then? I don't know. But this thing a once in a lifetime occurrence, for the most part. I don't think it would happen again. You wouldn't have someone living in the house while they're showing it unless it would be close. I don't know. I've never really heard of it. So the fact that he's going to do it again just is confusing. And that's one of my biggest hang-ups with this, is that one, it ends up being, there's no connection, right? There's no connection. It's just someone random, which is bad in itself for me because you think, a killer needs to be connected to someone. I don't mind there being it's a random killer, right? The big problem is this film goes out of its way to present red herrings to us. The neighbor lady who has bipolar and keeps forgetting things, or some kind of dementia or something. Alzheimer's, that's what it is. Who has Alzheimer's and keeps forgetting things like that they're staying there, or that her husband is still alive, or her husband is dead but she thinks he's still alive because of her Alzheimer's. And then there's this other guy, Chris, which the mom meets at the gas station or truck stop, whatever, and you think, oh, this son's going to be jealous. She thinks the mom's trying to move on. He thinks the mom's trying to move on, but he's the one who invites Chris. And Chris is like they spend the time, trying to show you, hey, Chris could be the killer. They even show his shoes at a point. The only problem is Chris is black, and we've already seen at a certain point that this guy is white. So, I don't know. And that's why it's frustrating. Because, we get these red herrings. Who could it be? Who could it be? And then it's, nope, just a random guy. We don't see his face. Don't even know who he is. And, there are things that are, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. Because they telegraph it so much in this. There's stupid-ass jump scares that are not scary, that do the whole thing where they, and there's just someone standing there, and it's not the killer, it's just someone else standing there. It's stupid. And then this killer, or whatever you want to call him, hiding in the house, what's his big thing he's doing? Turning off the water heater. Ooh! Stealing cell phones. Ooh! Prank calling. Turning on music. Ooh! Why not just kill them and leave? Right? Why take forever? Because this movie has to be at least 90 minutes, right? Yeah, I don't. Doesn't make any sense to me. And, yeah, the ending. So Chris Rousseau has contacts and he wears glasses as well. So, when he goes to bed, he takes the contacts out and he keeps the glasses close. So, yeah. And like this guy's living in the house, so he knows like what song the guy keeps listening because that's what was playing on the song that was playing on the radio when their dad died. He keeps listening to it, and so he knows to mess with him with that song and everything. And he takes out Chris. No, he kills Chris actually, but he takes out Logan's contacts, and so he can't see anything. He covers them in gasoline, or is it water, to give him hypothermia. He does sort of get it later. I don't know, water, gasoline, whatever. But the guy actually tricks him into stabbing his own mom because he can't see anything, and he realizes what he's done. He's able to escape, right? Or maybe he has the contacts until after he stabs his mom by accident because it's dark, and then he takes the contacts out and he runs, right? He runs into the woods. Well, because he doesn't have any contacts, the neighbor walks by, but he thinks it's the killer, so he's hiding. And then this is where it really pisses me off, because like he should have been able to escape. At this point, running off into the woods, they could have ended it there. You know? I don't know. But they don't. I don't know how they would have ended it, but they don't. He finds a stream, he starts drinking the water, which is nasty, you shouldn't do that. And the killer's somehow there. And I know Chris can't see, not Chris. I know Logan can't see, but it's bullshit that the killer found him so quickly. One, it was dark and Chris just ran into the woods. And now it's daytime and he just found him. Broad daylight, strangles him, leaves him for dead. And then the kicker is they set this up where he's going to do it again, which again doesn't make any sense. This movie sucks. It sucks. You know what? I committed to saying it's going to be a not worth your time, but this movie pisses me off because more thought about this movie. You know, the whole point, they do this thing with the dad's death at the beginning. It's an accident. It just happened. Coincidence. You know, he just so happened to have a heart attack when the guy was coming at him. Hit him, right? Here, same thing. They just happened to be living in the house when he hid in it. He killed them, and now he's moving on to do it again, which again doesn't make any sense. But don't present that it was going to be an accident. Don't have it. You know, you have that thing at the beginning telegraphing, oh, that's what we're going to tell later. It was, not an accident, but like, he's just there. He just so happened to be living there when he was sneaking in. So, yeah. Don't do that and then purposely give us red herrings to follow, trying to figure out who it is. Because then we're going through the whole movie going, oh, it could be him, it could be her, it could be them. And then, nope. Random person, you don't know him, didn't meet him at all, during the film at all, random guy, don't see his face. No. This movie can fry in hell. It's been a while since I had one of those, but yeah, do that. So yeah, I'm recording this on a Sunday, but you won't get this till the first Tuesday of September. This is going to be one of the random reviews that I do. But yeah, this movie sucks. I'm sorry, it does. I won't ever watch it again. But at least I got a review out of it, right? Finally reviewed this piece of shit. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on the open house? Comment below, share, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. I'll see you in the next one.